the pledge. Call to order. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, John.
Rod. Aye. Nicole.
Here.
Dave. Here. Carolyn.
Here.
Deb.
Here. Visitors. George.
All right, last Thursday I went out on Range Line Road after the meeting Wednesday because OPIT said that was such a terrible road, potholes all over, so I wanted to check for myself. And to be fair, there was a few potholes, but they were really shallow, and it was down towards the end where Oxbow Road comes across. There was some rough spots right down there because that would be because the guy's turning, because they get a lot of traffic because of the boat landing on the Oxbow. So as far as dust, there was no dust. There was some stones come up, hit the bottom of my truck, but I didn't think it was that bad. To me, it would have been well worth it. I had to give it a shot. My guess would be, and my thought as I was driving back, was if you would have been the one that thought of this, it would have been the greatest thing since toilet paper. But because it was her, can't have her, so that's my thought on that one. My question to you is, you know that you are not the chairman anymore? You do know that, right?
I know that.
Okay, now that Wednesday meeting, you had the audacity to tell Kurt Bornbach to stop shaking his head. That's wrong. No, don't answer. It's comment session. It's my floor. You had the audacity to tell Cockrell to call the cops on me. More bullshit. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, you are not the chairman. Okay, just so you know, you're not the Queen of McMillan. You're not the chairman. Let's see. And this one is for Swenson. I figured you must have learned a new word. It was timeline, because you kept giving that Kurt about timeline. You wanted a timeline. He's volunteering to do this stuff on his own. He ain't getting paid. He's getting no thanks from 3 members of the board. Okay, so that's wrong as far as I'm concerned. And my last thought is Pat Weigel submitted a resignation letter. Okay, he had been planning on retiring anyhow. So he figured he'd throw her under the bus. Okay, we all know this. You guys probably helped him write the goddamn letter. I talked to his wife, Bev, here a while back, and she told me he was planning on retiring. Okay? And I'm guessing you guys all knew he was retiring. Christ, the county knew. And you didn't tell her, nobody had the decency to tell her, as the chairman and the highway supervisor. Okay, so you talk about a hostile environment. This is one hostile board, I'm telling you. 3 against 2. That one, and that one. 3, that one, and that one, the 2. You're up against it, you guys. You guys are really, really wrong. That's it. I came in under 3 minutes. Did you keep track, Bauer?
I'm not the chair. I'm not the chair.
No shit, I know that.
Anybody
Neither
else?
she thinks so.
George kind of hit on a lot of the stuff I'm going to say right now. I'm very disgusted with the inappropriate and unprofessional conduct with some of the board members last week's meeting. Totally uncalled for. I'm also going to resign from the highway committee for some of the same reasons George brought up, and that plan you think you're getting, not going to happen. Not worth my time to do it because you won't even take an objective look at a state-approved base course, no less. Something new that you looked at every way you could to say you didn't like it. You went out to Range Line Road and found how many potholes? I heard you say 1. Did you drive Stott or Sawyer Creek Drive? You can find more potholes in a square yard than you do on a mile of Range Line Road. That's all I got to say. I'm done.
Anybody else? All right. And the 2024 budget, Carolyn wanted to change the procedure for the highway department. All right, so I called the attorney on that, and he said if we want to do that, we can. but it can't be done for just one department. It has to be done for all of them. So he says, basically what you're gonna do is cripple the town, so they aren't gonna be able to get any work done, and in order for your clerk to buy a pen, you will have to have board approval. So, what do we wanna do? Because we have been constantly doing the maintenance as needed for years.
I don't understand. I did not, all I asked was to have him fix the form.
No, we're not even talking about that. We're talking
Oh.
about what you wanted, to restrict the highway department to do.
I did not do that. That's what I just read to you, what the Wisconsin Towns Association attorney sent me.
Okay.
And that's what I read.
Okay, but you wanted to restrict the town, because our
No.
procedure, yes, you are.
I read what the law is, and I
But the
read
law
what.
has been that way forever, okay? I talked to Rod, he said when he was chair, he ordered 2 culverts at $12,000 apiece, am I correct?
No, it's 12,000 for both.
Okay, for both of them,
Yeah.
without board approval, correct?
Yes.
For maintenance.
Yes.
I talked to Tom Seifert, he went and got Winterberry done, he did not have board approval. So why are we changing this when we need to have something done?
It wasn't doing that I said. It was changing the surface of a road.
Well, we did that down here on Whipping Willow and on Bury, wasn't it?
Yep.
They changed them back to gravel.
Yep.
And there was no
That
board
wasn't approved by the
discussion.
board.
It needed to be done at the time, right, Rod? I believe you were the chair at the time.
I might have been, but
Yeah. And that was never brought to the board.
Well, it should have been. It should have been.
Well, that's just in your opinion, Carolyn.
Well,
You know,
no,
Pat
I'm
would
just going
always
by
say
what she
gravel
sent
out
me.
or whatever he needed to do and just got done what needed to be done, okay?
Okay.
When you have people coming from Sawyer Creek saying that their road is unsafe, and they have been complaining about it for 4 years, and you find something that's gonna cost 25% of what chip seal would be, that if it didn't work, you could go over the top of it with chip seal. I guess my question is, why wouldn't you try it?
I didn't say we shouldn't try it. I didn't say that. No, I did not. I said, what I just said, that I read what the attorney wrote from Wisconsin Towns Association, that if we're going to be replacing the road,
We weren't replacing a road.
so if
We're
you
taking
change
the
it,
gravel off of it.
you are
would be no-
replacing the material on the
And then, but
road.
they did that on Deary and on Weeping Willow also. They would have had to put gravel back down. Am I correct, Rob?
yes.
So why didn't you get permission? I mean, why didn't you go to the board? Did you go to the board?
No, you did not.
I don't believe that it was voted on, I guess.
No.
All I do, I'm saying,
What I'm saying is, if you wanted everybody to come to the board to get every little thing done that needs to be done in this township, we can have 2 to 3 meetings a week. But it's gonna be a problem.
no, that's not,
That's the point, Deb.
it isn't the point.
I was, when you talked about replacing with something we've never tried before, that was the point. I wish we had at least informed the rest of the board of it. That was my own point.
And it's a black base course.
I
That's what it
understand
is.
that's
It's
different
state
than what
approved.
we've done before.
You don't wanna do it, I understand that.
I
We
didn't
don't wanna
say
do
that
it, we're not
either.
gonna do it.
I didn't say that either.
It's not.
I think, you know,
25% of what chip seal costs, what if it would work decent?
It's fine, and I was not objecting to that. I was objecting to the way this whole thing was done. In that usually when you're going to try something new or do something different on a road, the board discusses it. We have approval. And that's all I was saying. I'm not against doing any other kind of product, whatever. That's not what I was saying. It's just that we need to, as a board, and that's what I got out of that
We
comment,
have
that
copies
the,
from Wisconsin Towns that she had received. Can you email that to me? Sure. Okay.
yeah. So I just read to you what she wrote, the attorney sent
The
to me.
policy does say, or the law does say, maintenance basically anything, has to be brought to the board and be approved, okay? But the procedure has been to get maintenance done as needed, okay? And I had told you, depending on the cost of what this, Black Rock would be, that would be the decision on whether or not we were gonna do it. We got a hell of a price, $12,000 to do that road.
And we don't object to that. It's
Uh-huh.
just that we had all these questions about it, and we didn't know ahead of time.
And I had-
And so I drove down there, I saw these two, it was more than one one big pothole, a smaller one. And I said, you know, I just was concerned that if it was done in June and we're already having
Now, the
potholes.
difference on that also is, Rayjard used to be a blacktop road, okay? And they went and they broke it all up,
Mhm.
and they left it there. And then they put gravel over it, okay? And that's how it
What
was.
base course did they put under it? I don't know. Do you know?
They had gravel for a couple years,
Not enough. I grew up on Rangeline.
yeah. But I mean, they had, it was a gravel road at that point, am I correct? Okay. Then they decided to put this black rock on top of it. The blacktop that's still in there is where your potholes are coming from, because it is, it's stopping the moisture from coming up from the ground in order to hold this all together. That's what it is. And if you think you're not gonna find a pothole in Wisconsin, you are wrong.
That's not the point, Deb. The point was, I didn't have any previous knowledge that this was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
If we had had this discussion, I could have supported it, maybe.
You aren't
The
going
jury,
to.
the jury is still out.
No, I don't care what if we try something new, that's fine with me.
But
You
see,
guys ain't gonna support
Oh,
that.
we're
because-
not,
Hey, hey,
this is
hey.
a board meeting.
Yeah, because it's her idea.
Yeah, okay, we're
Be
talking.
real, Jesus Christ.
But I thought Quarter Mile Road, that would be perfect back there. There's not a lot of traffic. And like I said, we got a damn good price. And it lasts how much longer than gravel?
I'd
Kurt?
have to look at the spec again, but I would say at least 10 years.
Yeah, they said, I know Glenn had said over twice as long as
Yeah.
what regular gravel would be. Your investment's good.
Don't shake your
Is
head.
anybody else that, besides Tom Dayton, I guess,
Let's see, I think Jim Griesbach said he uses it as base course underneath his roads. Okay, and he says it's a good product.
on county roads?
Yeah,
Yes.
He uses his as base rock, base course.
it's base course.
It is base course.
That's
That's
what
what
it
it
is. It's
is,
just
base
flat.
course.
And there's no clay in it, basically.
Mhm.
It's rock. Bruce?
Yeah, you might want to take a look. I've already published that video from the meeting last Wednesday. All the things that you're saying are wrong, Carolyn. You don't remember. No, you can just listen to it yourself,
Okay.
because this all looked totally like a setup. I've been out, I drove, no, don't give me that quizzical look. You were acting like Nikita Khrushchev, banging your hands on the desk. Yeah, the one thing I didn't see was whether or not you had a shoe in one of them. So, and you talk about following the rules. You weren't following any rules. They put on granite on my road, and I come to almost every one of these meetings. I never heard anybody approve all the bottom dumps that came down there and dumped granite on the last mile of Galvin. So it didn't come before the board. So this has the feeling of a setup, and it's not good for the town. Dave is always pontificating about how we're supposed to do this and that for the town of McMillan, and what you all did last Wednesday was despicable. And as far as following the rules, you didn't follow any rules, Carolyn, because I was here for the hearing when Donna it was determined she was never to be rehired here. And who rehired her? You did. So don't talk to me about following the rules and following the law.
It's a town board meeting, I'd like to get back to discussion again.
Okay, go. So what's the verdict? Do you guys wanna try this product on any roads? Don't you wanna try it? We gotta do something with these roads.
It might be a problem at this point though, too, because.
It's getting too
guys-
late in the year.
Right, and
Yeah.
it might be a problem for me to get guys to line up to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm. First, we need a highway guy, somebody that can,
I was
because
just gonna say that.
that chip seal has to come off the top, otherwise you will end up with potholes for sure. So, which they didn't do over on the day.
At this point in time, we don't have anybody that's gonna do it unless we hire somebody else.
Well,
So,
that's about it. Well, if we hire somebody else, then we might have somebody do it.
Do-
So, go from there, I guess.
Can we amend, oh, so are we gonna go with, do we need to vote on this or not?
No,
What, no, okay.
not if you're planning on leaving it the way it is. Where we can do maintenance on the roads without coming to the board or for every little thing. I mean, we all understand if it's gotta be put out for bids or if you're going to have to sign a contract, all of that has to be board approved. We all know this. So it's not that if somebody's gonna do something out of line.
Hey, I'm curious, Opitz, what attorney did you talk to?
The Wisconsin towns.
And that's etched in stone, right? As far as you're concerned, she talked to,
Well, that's where we
what was
always
his name, whatever the
go.
hell his name
That's
is.
Well, Wisconsin Towns Association, they give their legal opinion on it. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's an opinion.
Yeah,
That's just like the community picnic that time, she
And
talked to the
that's all
state
I
auditor,
wrote. That's
and you
why-
talked to an attorney, or council
there's
association,
as many
and it's illegal.
opinions as there are attorneys, so.
yeah. I mean, Lee had his opinion too, so that's what that is. All right, so are we leaving it the same, or what are we doing? You wanna put it on the agenda for next month? You wanna think about it? What do you wanna do?
Put it on the agenda for next month.
Okay, so make sure you put on the agenda for next month to cripple the township. Okay? Because that's what you'll be doing. I do
To
have
do
to
what?
cripple the township, because Lee said every aspect of any maintenance, if you change this, okay, is gonna have to be brought to the board.
No, that's not what you said then.
Then why would we bring it back to the board? That's what we were discussing.
Yeah, oh, no, I thought you were discussing whether we were gonna do it or not.
Oh,
That's
I
what you
didn't
was-
have a particular road, no, we gotta have a guy first, okay?
Well,
Before
yeah,
we
that's
can
what
do
I
it.
thought your question, isn't that what you
That's
thought?
right.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I thought you were
or that I
saying.
misunderstood, so you wanna leave the procedure the way it is?
Well,
Or
all
Or
it says,
maintenance, any
read,
maintenance in the
John, do you
township.
have that? Well, just read out loud, do you, that one that the Wisconsin Towns Association, that's what I read the other night.
Okay.
And that's what I was just bringing that to the board, because,
But again, if we stick with that, and I know what you're talking, you don't need to read it. If we stick with that, you're changing what we're doing, okay? You are.
I've asked several times, Deb, if you had a highway committee meeting or.
I had one. I think I only had one, so two of our, okay.
Whatever, I've asked,
You were at one,
that was,
Rod was at one of them.
May.
that was it.
That would have been in May,
Where would we go?
April, May, well, whatever. But they were working on a maintenance plan for the town, not just a CIP plan, a whole maintenance plan, but we probably won't have that now. So, but I need to know if I can send Rod out to mow grass, to get that all done, to fill potholes, to cut down trees, you know,
that's,
because.
in that statement, it
I'm not gonna
said,
follow that statement, I'm asking if we're gonna continue the procedure like we have had for the past umpteen years. Where the highway can do maintenance. That's all I'm asking.
the
Well,
highway can do
Other years we've
maintenance.
had more than one individual on the highway committee.
And I think we don't need, continue as you were, are. But the only question that I had from day one is that if we're going to be tearing up a road and hauling and all that stuff out and doing it, that the board knows about what all this is gonna happen.
I didn't even know
Ahead.
when it was gonna happen until I went and met with Glenn after that, and he said he could squeeze us in. That's when I found
But you
out.
had the date set up for it to be done.
Not at the meeting, I did not. I didn't know when they were gonna be doing
I
it.
called him and asked him, and he said he was coming over.
After the meeting. I didn't know at the meeting. I did not know.
The first meeting.
Right.
And
did
I
not
called
have
him
the
right
time.
after that meeting, and I said, what is the 26th? Because you kept telling Pat and Rod to rip up that road and get it out of there, because you gotta have it done by the 26th.
I had talked to Pat
And
after I had talked to Glenn, which was after the board meeting, because then we had set it up to bring that product in. And I asked Pat, I said, how long is it gonna take you to take that chip seal off of there? And he said, well, it'll probably take him a week. So I said, well, can you start on that next week? And he said, yes.
Okay, but when I called Kafka, I said,
And that
Because
would've
I
been-
had
the
questions.
following week would have been the 26th, which is today, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I said, I had questions, and you said you didn't know some of the answers to that. And so I called Kafka, I said, can you just explain to me better about what this is?
Mhm.
And then I said, what is the 26th mean? What does the date of the 26th mean? And he said, we're coming in to do it.
Mhm. And all they had
And
to do
so
was go.
there had to have been agreement somewhere that he was gonna come in and do it.
It was a verbal agreement for maintenance, that's what it was, to bring some gravel in, black gravel.
Well, and we didn't know that. We didn't know that, and we were
Did
trying.
you
Well,
know last year when they hauled base course on Bruce's Road that they were doing that? He just told you.
The only difference
He
is,
didn't- He didn't even
it
know they
doesn't
were
have all
doing
the
it.
plans.
But you're
So
tearing up
what's
what
the
is,
difference?
what is there. And so.
Yeah,
And fixing a
what is
problem
there,
is
right?
what you're
Okay,
doing.
I'm stop, whatever you continue doing, whatever you wanna do, that's fine.
Okay,
I'm not
all
talking
right,
about it
next
anymore.
item,
There is a God.
culverts and bridges. Well, I wanted to ask Rod this. For the culverts, we have two of them down here I need inspected and one on Roman, okay?
Yes.
Will the county help out with that, or do I have to hire somebody?
I believe they're gonna help you with it. I mean,
For culvert call share, I know they will, I wanna know if they'll come down and inspect it. Have you ever talked to them to have them do that, or?
no, that
Okay.
Pat has done that.
So then I might have to have the engineer come out and take a look at them, okay?
And that's the one, which one, huh?
Two of them on Galvin, way on the end,
Yeah,
and one on Roman,
which is
on this side of Roman. It's having a
halfway
problem.
down the hill.
Yeah, yeah,
Should really inspect the two in between us, two of the one's got it sinking on
on
the.
our,
south-
on
the
our
south
end.
side Towards
Yeah,
John's.
but those aren't those great big ones for culvert cost share. Those might just be, you know,
Doesn't that takes a lot of water for, isn't there a pond in there that used to be,
Harold Fountains.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where isn't there, there's a dip in there, right?
Oh, yeah,
Well, just the dip.
Pretty significant, huh?
The dip and then the shoulder on one side is,
Yeah.
leaving. Because I know a lot, going down the hill, Pat and Rod had to come and fix that because it was washing out this year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that section we fix almost every year.
mhm. But it was getting to where they could see underneath, so.
in that case, in that spot too, you can just take the grader and cut the shoulder so it stops running down the road and it actually runs into the ditch.
Okay. And then the next item is grants. That AIG grant, I just watched the seminar for that. You can apply for 2. We had talked about Drake. What about Stott? It has to be associated with something with agriculture, which you got Mullins right on the end. Unless you got somebody else.
When are these due by?
September 30th. And
Of
I'm
this
not
year?
gonna have time to do all the work that's involved with this, so John, you're gonna get it. Cause you have to go to each one of these businesses and anybody that rents property on those 2 roads and find out where this is gonna help them. If you watch a seminar, they got the recording, it goes through the steps of what you have to do for each thing, otherwise it's just a little time consuming and I just don't have time to do it, but we need
It's
a
going
motion
to C, just up to C,
from 97 to C.
yeah,
And then Drake would be 97 all the way to Oak Plain.
yeah,
I mean, if you're gonna go for it, they're both 90-10s.
Yeah.
go for it.
So I need a motion for that because there's money involved on that one and it's a big amount. I got,
What are our chances if we go for both of them versus just one? I'm just trying to weigh the.
if you get both of them at a 90-10 grant on a $2
I
million
mean, what do you
project,
think our chances are?
I think with Drake, we got a better chance because of the research center.
Okay, and I agree with you 100%.
Let's go with
But what
that.
happens if,
Well, I think you need to apply for both.
yeah, what happens in the event though Drake doesn't get it and then Stott does, like, it is what it
Take-
is.
take
I
the money.
we'll take it, but I
Take the
mean, I'm
money.
just saying,
Better than.
there's a risk there. If
Mhm.
people prefer Drake, we may not get it, but you can still get Stott.
Right. Whichever one we would get it for, we can use it on either road. I mean, it's not gonna hurt the town by no means.
So in the grant, you have to ask, you have to specify how much, how many miles, correct?
Yeah. That you can get right on Whistler.
Okay. So we're talking, 1, 2, 3. And Stott is how long?
About 3 miles.
6 miles total?
You're closer to 7. You're thinking Drake and Stott.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah, closer to 7.
closer to 7. Yeah, mile road would be Roman. And then Elm Tree. and
What
then-
is it, 3 miles per
Yeah,
stop?
and then
I
you
think it
got
comes
more,
out
so
to
you're right,
3.2.
closer to 7.
You're closer to 7 because you're going a mile
Right.
past on Drake.
Right, so you got 1 mile road and then north of that.
So I moved to apply for the AIG grant for both Stott and Drake.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, now we get to go into closed session.
Deb,
Yes,
can I say something?
yes.
I used to be on the board 10, 12 years ago, and I was the head of highway. It's a tough position to be in. And we had a highway committee then, and it was a great help for me. And what I want to say is, Kurt Barbach, this man has 30-plus years of experience with roads and how to maintain and how to take care of them. He's a great asset to this town. I would really like to see you board members try to get him to stay with us. We really need him. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna be going into closed session.
What if we get heat exhaustion outside?
Well, what I was gonna just suggest, if you guys wanna all go sit in the back room, close the door,
But we can hear through the windows and
close the windows. You'll be in there talking. Dorothy, make sure you talk to everybody so they can't hear what's being said out there.
I mean, I could sit on your lap and I would be.
Annualized on the floor and then.
More 'em out there?
I'll get a shut off the air
If
conditioner.
something and then if you guys don't like it, I can send out, say, I don't like this, please do it this way, and then I'll change it to a different way.
There is, I guess before we move out of our talking about
We need to reconvene
okay.
into open session. So we have just done that.
Hey, I got a question. Can you have another comment session? I have a lot of really good ideas.
George.
George, our next meeting is September 9th.
Uh-huh.
Our next meeting is September 9th.
No, it ain't. You're lying to me.
It's Thursday.
Or you can talk at September 9th.
Okay, as per discussion, the board has made the decision to offer Kevin a part-time position with the town, and also with Casey as part-time position with the town to do mowing and trimming. And Kevin will be on highway, so we need those motions.
So I move, or do you want to start with those two first or the pad?
Yeah, we're into those. We can go to the other one later.
yeah.
Do Kevin, well, hold on, Kevin?
Would, is Casey's limited to that, or if we discuss the 2 people for certain aspects? If
The
Rod's
2
not
people be you and Rod. I guess if you need them, holler at them, you know?
Well, like
No, that
cutting the
wasn't
trees or
talked
something like
No,
that.
I know.
We didn't talk
But in an
about
emergency situation, he would be an employee of the town, okay? That would only be,
Storms and stuff like that, if you need help.
Yeah, because I know you helped with trees and all that garbage before.
Because Casey's probably more available than, especially during daytime.
Yeah, unless I ask him to, then he's, gone.
I'm available also.
Yeah, so
So
we need a motion for,
I move to approve the hiring of Kevin Steins at $20 an hour, part-time, knowing that he does have other employment, so it is when he is available.
I'll second that.
any discussion? Roll call
Rod,
Aye.
Nicole,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
Carolyn,
Aye.
Deb.
vote. Aye.
Okay, so I move to approve Casey as a subcontractor for $21 an hour to assist with mowing the lawn, for the parks area.
Second.
Do you want to add in there that subcontract mowing the lawn and also potentially assisting with storm damage and,
It would be for emergencies only, and if we
Okay.
get to that point, we can
Yeah.
look at it.
Yeah, because if we go that way, I think he needs to be an employee then.
Yeah,
do you want it to be in the motion that it's at the discretion of you? So that it doesn't have to, so that there's no,
Sure.
okay.
I'm gonna repeat that motion, because that was a mouthful.
I've got to subcontract mowing the lawn, the park lawn, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So it's the ball, diamond, and the pavilion area.
Using our equipment at the discretion of Nicole to Clark's Landscaping for the remainder of 2024.
And we got a second?
Do we want to, just for the remainder of the year? We don't want to carry it into next year?
No.
Not at this point.
See how it
Let's
works
do
out.
this year
Okay,
first.
just for this year.
We gotta
Correct.
get through the fall.
Yeah.
We gotta get through August.
God.
Roll call vote.
Who was the second on that one?
Me.
Dave.
I did.
Rod,
Aye.
Nicole,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
Carolyn,
Aye.
Deb.
Aye. Now we need a motion to approve the, what was it, $520 for,
The standard retirement, I move to approve the standard retirement contribution from July 1st to August 14th for Pat Weigel in the amount of,
I only have an approximate amount of
Okay.
500. So I think that leaving that blank,
okay,
you guys would still have to approve the check. I'll
Right.
have that
Okay.
ready for the next board
well,
meeting.
it's not a check, it's just a standard contribution.
it's
But
still a
it's
check.
sent
Oh,
to
it
the
is a
check.
check, you gotta send a check in.
Yeah, we send it twice a
Got
year,
it.
so I'll
Oh.
get that check to the check run,
Got it.
and it goes to Capital Trust,
Okay.
I think, or something
All
like
right,
that.
thank you for clarifying that.
Did you get a second on that, John?
If there was a second, I didn't catch it.
I'll second it.
And any more discussion? Roll call.
Rod,
Aye.
Nicole,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
Carolyn,
Aye.
Deb.
Aye. Need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, we did, just for a quick announcement, Becca ended up having to retire. School got in the way for, plan commission. She's going to school, she can't be on plan commission. She said it just, she's busy. So, here's her deal.
Priorities.
Plan commission. Well, school is more important than sitting on plan commission. She said it just didn't work out for her. We need to fill out paperwork, so John, when do you want Kevin to?
Do you want to stop over the office right now? I'll pack up quick and I'll make sure everybody.
Mr. Bornbach, you want to come back up here, please?
No, I don't. I really don't.